Pilot Flying J has ended an advertising relationship with ESPN. The move follows a report about the tenure of Pilot CEO Jimmy Haslam as the owner of the Cleveland Browns. Sports Business Daily is reporting the premature end to that deal between East Tennessee-based Pilot and ESPN. Haslam purchased the NFL franchise in 2012. Last month, ESPN published an in-depth report critical of the Browns and in particular team leadership. The report from Sports Business Daily says Pilot pulled out of the 4-year deal 2 years early. It includes significant advertising during college football coverage and Pilot's title as the official travel center of the SEC. Arconic announced today it will invest